Hello and welcome to Thomas Geiger Car. Today we're talking about the Mercedes-AMG EQE. After the powerhouse from Affalterbach has already taken care of Mercedes' flagship electric sedan, the EQS, now they're putting their hands on its smaller brother, the EQE, and bringing out two derivatives, an EQE 43 and, as an electric flagship model for the lineup, the EQE 53 that we're talking about here. On the first glimpse, it looks pretty much like a standard EQE, because with an electric car there is not much to tune about the design. The only thing that makes a real difference is the typical AMG Panamericana grille. If you see that car in the rearview mirror, you already realize this must be something special. But AMG promised it has more power, more agility, more dynamic, and it drives totally different. If that's true, and if you want to know what to expect from that vehicle that will hit the market later that summer, join me on my first test drive and I'll tell you more about it. While the standard EQE is only offered with one motor at the moment, AMG is putting two motors in the car, giving you all-wheel drive and adding the all-wheel steering as a standard as well. The EQE 43 offers 476 horsepower. The EQE 53 gives you 626 horsepower and in the performance mode for a short time 687 horsepower, making it the most powerful electric vehicle of Mercedes and AMG yet. The maximum torque is about 1000 Newton meters, accelerating the vehicle from 0 to 100 in 3.3 seconds. So that's all proper AMG figures. The only lack of AMG-ness is when it comes to top speed. Since Mercedes is somehow caring for the range, and since the battery is pretty heavy, so the wheels and the tires got lots of load to carry, top speed is limited to 240 kilometers per hour. Every other AMG makes 250 the least. The energy for your daily exercise with the AMG Sports Sedan in the business class is provided by a battery of a size of 90.6 kilowatt hours, enough for a WLTP range in the best case of 533 kilometers. If you run out of juice and have to recharge, you can do so by AC with maximum 22 kilowatts or DC with maximum 170 kilowatts, which gives you the juice for 100 kilometers in about 15 minutes. So exercise, brake, it's like the reps that you do in your gym. The changes to the interior are as little as to the exterior. Yes, we got a pretty dark atmosphere with lots of black leather and some red stitching to make a nice contrast. We have a typical AMG steering wheel with a bit more grip, and we got AMG seats with more support. That's basically it. Some carbon fiber optics on the consoles, a bit more sporty atmosphere. But the main job was done by the software engineers that adopted the MBUX infotainment system for the needs of AMG. We got different, more engaging graphics for the digital cluster instrument. We got an AMG screensaver on the passenger side, and we got two more apps that helps the driver to get a better line. The AMG Track app that is only usable on closed tracks, that teaches you how to find the perfect line and the fastest line around a course. And we have the AMG Performance app that shows you all the details of your car. You can look for the engine performance, you can look for the vehicle setup with the rear wheel steering and the suspension, you can take a closer look to the drivetrain, and you can watch the energy flowing from the battery to the motor and back. So that's basically all you need to know about the car, and you feel like the pit crew of a race car while the race is going on. There is one more thing the software engineers did to the car to make it a bit more AMG-like. Since AMG is not only about power and looks, but also about sounds and electric vehicles somehow have a lack of sound, AMG has composed an owned sound experience. There are two different setups of sounds. The one is called Authentic, the other one is called Performance, and each of these two setups have 3 levels of intensity. And you can change that by pushing the button on the steering wheel or going into the vehicle settings, and then you can start your sound experience. You can choose between Authentic and Performance. You can activate a sound for the inside and even the outside. So once you approach your vehicle from the outside, it already gives a noise. And if you go into the Performance setting and then go into the most powerful mode, you really have an engagement, you really hear something happening and don't only feel it happening. The only problem is, as intensive these sounds are, they are artificial, and even the best speaker system and even the best synthesizer can't replace a real V8 with its proper roar. So it all feels a bit like PlayStation, but somehow that's what all the electric vehicles do. Thanks for joining me on that first drive with the Mercedes-AMG EQE 53. What a name, and I didn't even mention the 4MATIC or the Performance Plus sub-brand that is also part of the name. But pronouncing the name correctly is not the only problem with that vehicle, at least to my taste, because I really have a problem seeing electric sedans in a performance way. Yes, I know Tesla is going up to 1000 horsepower, Lucid is offering even more, but with AMG I would expect something different. Yes, you can feel the different performance, you can feel the different setup. This car gives you more driving pleasure, but you somehow can't enjoy because you're always looking at the range. And if it comes to showing off, it just looks like a standard AMG with a bit of a body kit, also not what I would expect from AMG. So the only thing that really makes a difference is the sound, and that is artificial, and I really don't like it. So could I suggest you to buy this vehicle? I'm not really sure. I would advise you just to wait a little longer, because in 2 or 3 years' time, Mercedes-AMG will bring its own dedicated EV platform and its first purpose-built EV from a Falterbach. And I'm damn sure this car will deliver driving fun, it will have the looks, and it will give you all the emotions you might expect from an AMG.